Hello, everybody. Just getting set up for a little baseball action tonight. Payoff Pitch style from 1980. It's opening day, and we will have the San Francisco Giants and Bob Knepper visiting the San Diego Padres, and Randy Jones on the mound. That's a chicken in the background. That's what my little dog likes to play with. Just getting settled in, so feel free to join the broadcast. I'll be right with you. Guys, come outside?
Then you can hide the,
Outside?
no, let's go outside.
Hi, baby. Do pee-pees. Can't have the puppy playing with the chicken during the broadcast. It's just not going to work out very well. Oh, I'm sorry, Midgie. She's like, did you kidnap my chicken? You kidnapped my chicken? Now she has to look for it for a while. He's Lemmy. Lemmy. No? All right. Well, I did my best. Let me get the chat up here, folks. It's been a while. I'm a little out of practice. Hope you'll forgive me while I get things going here. The hell was that? There we go. He can grow for every home run hit. Yeah, that's an interesting plan, Ben. I don't know. All right, wait. Let me get this straightened out a little bit. A little off center there. I think that's better. I don't know. It's pretty close. But anyway, folks, thanks for joining in. My name is Joe. Welcome to JC Baseball Replays. Sports replays, baseball replays, whatever. I don't think we've played any other. Oh, no, we played one game of football on the channel thus far. But I've been away for a bit, and we got priorities straight. I have returned with a fresh replay for you to partake in. This is Payoff Pitch Baseball, which I am still learning, but getting a little more comfortable with. Nowhere near as comfortable as I was with Strat. But, played Strat for, more than 40 years. And now we're here with a brand new game, for me anyway. And I'm replaying the 80s, starting with the 1980 season. So, you know what I need? I need batting cards for these here pitchers. So Randy Jones is a 1 batter. Let me put that in order there. And Bob Knepper is a 5. Let's get him a 5 pitching hitter card. Pitcher hitting card. Words are hard, man. You've been playing SOM for about 4 days now? Or 40 days? I get something weird in the middle of my chat there. Well, I like Stratomatic. I do, but it's kind of fun to have something different to play. So I've been learning Payoff Pitch. I've also messed around with Dynasty League and Season Ticket, but Payoff Pitch, for the moment, seems to be the one that's capturing my attention. So I've chosen that for this 1980 replay. And as I mentioned already, we've got the Giants visiting the Padres on April 10th, 1980. This is opening day. Technically the second day of the season. I think there were only 2 games on the 9th. And I believe, let me just check, we've only got 2 games left. I've played a bunch already. This is the 10th game of the season. And we've got the lineup for San Francisco for you. Leading off and playing center field is Billy North. The third baseman batting second, Darrell Evans. In right field, batting third, Jack Clark. Playing first and batting cleanup, Mike Ivey. Playing left field and batting fifth, Larry Herndon. Rennie Stennett plays second base and bats sixth. The catcher, Mark Hill, bats seventh. And the shortstop, Johnny LeMaster, bats eighth. And, of course, Bob Knepper will be on the mound and batting ninth. They will be faced by, he doesn't need that under there, Randy Jones. Randy Jones starting today, the home opener for San Diego. Hey, Kevin Hayes. Thanks, man. Good to be back. A couple of future Tigers in that lineup. Yeah, it's interesting to see. I don't know the 80 season real well. I was 7 years old at the time. And it's interesting to see some players who end up on other teams. You know, I had Mickey Rivers in the previous game playing against the Yankees after his tenure with the Yankees for those World Championships. So that was kind of interesting. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Randy Jones for San Diego is 5-13 in 1980 with a 3.91 ERA in 24 games started. So not the best season for him, but we'll get things started. If you want to know what the defense is like, you know, we're just going to go down the lineup for the Padres now that I think about it. So there's the aforementioned Bob Knepper. Knepper, when he takes the mound, he's got a 9-16 record with a 4.10 ERA. 35 games, 33 started. So you were 12 living in southern Michigan when the Tigers won the 84 World Series. Nice. I was in 84, I would have been 11, right? Yeah. Living in the Bronx when the Yankees were slowly descending into well, no, they were pretty good, actually, I guess. That was Mattingly's first year, so they were turning things around after a brief slump in 82, 83. So here's the lineup for the Padres. Here's Ozzie Smith leading off for the Padres and playing shortstop, of course. Dave Cash, the second baseman, will bat second for San Diego. Gene Richards, also a name of a fairly famous mid-card wrestler, I believe. Or am I thinking of Stevie Richards? I always think of Stevie Richards when I see Gene Richards. I don't know why, but I do. Anyway, Gene Richards is playing left field and batting third. The cleanup man, speaking of Yankees, Dave Winfield, playing right field and batting cleanup for the Padres. Gary Mumphrey, another former Yankee, playing center field and batting fifth. Gene Tennis, the catcher, batting sixth. Gene Tennis is playing first base today. The catcher is actually Bill Fahey. He's batting seventh. Aurelio Rodriguez, the third baseman, will bat eighth. And the pitcher, Randy Jones, will hit in the ninth spot. So one of the things I like to look at, and this isn't going to be a how-to or anything, but I kind of have to remind myself of some things about payoff pitch, is the fatigue. So Randy Jones is a 7 fatigue, and Knepper is also a 7 when it's their turn. So we'll get things started here in Jack Murphy Stadium, which is a pretty good pitcher's park in 80. So it's Bill North coming up. Let's see, against lefties, he had 114 at bats. He hit 289 with no homers. 382 on base, though, so pretty good on base for North. And we're going to roll all 4 dice at the same time. Let's see if we can get comfortable doing this. I haven't been using the dice tower. I usually only use this on stream, so... is that a score sheet printed on legal size paper? No. Regular size paper just sitting on top of a legal pad. So it's 8.5 by 11 paper. A lot of those Padres are more famous with other teams. For sure, Kevin. For sure. All right, so let's see what's going on. That's going to be an in play with the 7 for Randy Jones and a 17 against the lefties. It's going to be a base hit, a single for Billy North to lead things off here in Jack Murphy. Now, Billy North, I usually auto steal. All right, so if you're wondering, the 2 6-sided dice have to be equal to or less than the steal number for Billy North, which is a 6. So a 7 is not less than a 6. Billy North will not get a jump. He will not steal this time. I don't use the jump rating. I just use the auto steal option. I also pretty much use basic runner advancement with some common sense thrown in. And that's pretty much how I run things. So we'll see how it goes. Ask me questions if you want. I may not have the answer, but I'll do my best. That brings up the left-handed batter, third baseman, Darrell Evans. left-handed third baseman. Against lefties in 146 at-bats, he hit 260 with 5 homers and a 404 slugging percentage. So North is on first, being held close, and Evans in for the pitch. It's a 10, which is a tough pitch by Jones, and a 36 against lefties is a strikeout. Catches the corner, and Evans sits down. So one away now with North at first, and here's Jack Clark. Clark, a 380 hitter against lefties in 1980. 108 at-bats, 4 homers. He slugged .648. So let's see how this goes. Here's Jones with the pitch. Oh, don't be jumping on me already. We just started. That's an 8-14. So an 8's in play again against lefties. The 14, and there's no outs there. Gets a single all the way up to a 34. So a 14 is a single for Clark. And North will move to second and hold there. That'll bring up Mike Ivy with 2 men on and 1 out. Ivy against lefties, 65 at-bats, 292, 1 homer. He slugged .385. Solid lineup here against lefty Jones. Jones is ready. That's a 448. Tough pitch. And a 48's a single, so there's some damage done. That's going to load the bases. A base hit for Ivy. Everybody holds. They're playing station to station right now. He fought off a tough pitch there and found a base hit out of it. So now the bases are loaded here in the first. And it's Larry Herndon coming up against the left-hander, 259. With 5 homers, a 407 slugging, and 162 at-bats. Jones takes a deep breath. He's in some trouble here early. He'd love to see a double play ball. How about an 8-11? That's in play, and again, 11 is a base hit for Herndon. So they'll continue to go station to station. North will come home to score easily. Clark stops at third as the throw comes in, and the bases are still loaded, and it's 1-0 San Francisco. That'll bring up Rennie Stennett. Stennett, the second baseman today. He hit 260 against lefties in 96 at-bats with 1 home run. Stennett batting 6th here. The bases are loaded. Jones from the stretch. How about a 779? Another in play. He's got a lot of those. And a 79 is finally high enough to be an out. That's a fly ball to center field. That's an 8. So it's going to be an F8. Let's see. Clark's running is a 7. He's actually pretty good. So Clark will score. 7 or higher. Scores automatically on the sack. That means Ivy will move to third. Herndon holds. And a sack fly for Stennett. Will be the second out, but also the second run. So now it's first and third with 2 outs, 2 runs in, and Mark Hill, the catcher, coming up to bat. He hit 225 at-bats against lefties. Looks like he maybe had 1 extra base hit in that run. He slugged 240. So Jones trying to get out of trouble here in the first. Already 2 runs in. And that's an 846, another in play. Lots of those on this card. And a G5, that'll get him out of the inning. That's a 5-3 grounder to third. But the damage is done. The Giants jump out to a 2-0 lead against Jones. And the Padres coming up to bat. Well, Knepper takes the mound to face Ozzie Smith. And I will take a sip of Pinot Noir. You know, Kevin, I haven't played a game with the fact cards yet. I actually found they slowed me down a little bit. Maybe when I know the game a little bit better, they might speed me up. But right now, I'm playing it pretty simple and finding it easier to read the dice. So, call this Payoff Pitch basic, if you will, but I'm enjoying it thus far. I'm sure I'll try the facts at some point. I've heard such good things about them. I just need to do a little bit more research. Not research, but just have a little bit more experience under my belt with this game. So, well, Knepper's also a lefty today, so 2 lefties on the mound, and the switch hitter's Ozzie Smith. He's a 224 average against lefties and 143 at-bats, a 333 on base. So Knepper is ready. From the windup, it's a 6-0-7. That's a tough pitch, and 0-7 is going to be a strikeout. Smith is down on strikes, 1 away. Ozzy disappointed to start his season off that way, but what are you going to do? Here's Dave Cash. He had 264 against lefties and 106 at bats with 1 homer. Knepper back on the mound, takes a deep breath, and from the windup, how about a 10-92? That's in play. That's going to be a fly ball out toward left. Should be no problem for Herndon. He's there and makes the play for the second out. So 2 quick outs for Knepper, and here's Gene Richards. Richards 253 against lefties and 146 at bats. 686 is going to be a tough. And he's got a good tough column here against lefties, but not this time. 86 is too high. That's going to be a grounder down to second. Taken by Stennett, and he fires over to Ivy, and that'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Knepper. Richards trots back to the dugout, and the Giants will return to the field. Or return to the bat, I should say. The Padres take the field. Leo cannot bat 1,000. Yeah, Kevin, maybe you can give me some tips with the fact cards, but I found myself getting confused. I actually tried to use them the first couple of games I played, and I was like, I kept looking at the wrong thing and everything else. I'm pretty used to keeping an eye on where the dice land, you know? Well, here's Johnny LeMaster. LeMaster 235 and 115 at bats against lefties. And Jones will try to settle down here in the second. How about a 10-15? That's a tough strikeout. LeMaster down on strike, swinging. 1 away, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Knepper. Jones delivers. That's an 8-50. So an in play, nothing there. That's a grounder down to third. That'll be handled by Rodriguez. He scoops and fires across the diamond to tennis for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Billy North, who is 1 for 1 on the day and the season with a run scored. He is batting 1,000. Jones would like to change that here. Return North to a more pedestrian climb. This is a 4-0-3. That's a tough pitch, and that is going to be a strikeout. Good pitch. Good. I am good. Good pitch by Jones, and North is retired. A quick 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts here. So Jones settles down and gets out of trouble, or avoids trouble, really. And I forgot how to call a game, folks, but I'll figure it out. Far better inning indeed. All right, so Winfield, Mumphrey, and Tennis due up for the Padres. Dave hit 273 with 8 homers and 132 at-bats against the left-handers. That is a 239. That's going to be an in-play. And grounded right back to the pitcher. Knepper will grab it and toss it over to Ivy. And plenty of time to retire Winfield for the first out here in the bottom of the second. One of my original favorite players on the Yanks, Jerry Mumphrey, playing for the Padres today. Mumphrey's in center. He batted 267 with no homers in 135 at-bats versus left-handers. Knepper from the windup. How about a 350? That's a defense check. Here we go. This is when we got to get the charts out. So a 50 is going to be a error second base. All right, so now we're going to re-roll these 4 dice. And it's going to be a 48. Wait, second baseman first. His error rate is a 2. So we'll look at the 2. We'll look at the 48. That is going to be an error, and we've got a 2 on the reroll. He throws it away up the line into right field. That one's bouncing around. That's going to be a 2-base error on Stennett. And Mumphrey ends up at second when all things are said and done. So that was a 3 on the original roll, but it wasn't double, so he can't steal third. And here's Tennis. Hey, RJL Network, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by tonight. JC Sports is back. With a little Pinot Noir and Payoff Pitch baseball tonight. We're taking it nice and easy. So Mumphrey's on second, and here's Tennis. 247 with 7 homers and 97 at-bats. That's good power against left-handers for Tennis. Knepper from the stretch keeps an eye on Mumphrey. Mumphrey not roaming far. How about a 5-20? There's a ballpark check. 20. Right-handed batter. That's a wheelhouse. Uh-oh. How's his wheelhouse against lefties? Pretty damn good. 1-67's a homer, folks. The red dies, the 10s die, by the way. 36, that is hit high and deep to left field. Tennis got a hold of that one and forget about it. The Stennett error turns out to be costly as Gene Tennis clobbers a 2-run home run to tie this game here in the bottom of the second. And there's just one out. Tennis takes his time rounding the bases. He's been here before, though. No showboating for him. Knepper gives him a glare, but it's still early in the season and the game, folks. We got a lot of baseball left to play. Kaboom, indeed. Tennis took his lumber and liquidated that ball. I like it. Very nice call, Ben. Here's Bill Fahey, the catcher. Fahey's the left-hander himself. He batted 200 in just 20 at-bats against left-handers. Knepper trying to settle down. That's a 7-0-2. Patient. First time we've had that all day. And Fahey flicks this one into the gap. That's going to put down between them, and that'll be a 2-bagger. So backs-to-back extra base hits here. Fahey finds himself at second base with one out, and here's Aurelio Rodriguez. Aurelio, a 194 hitter in 62 at-bats with 2 homers. Weird there that he hit homers off lefties but not righties, but that's where he's at. Fahey's at second, and Knepper from the stretch. How about an 893? That's an in-play F7. It's going to be a fly ball to left. Fahey, I don't think is going to be quick enough to move up. Nope, his running's only a 5. He's not going to challenge. And with 2 down, it's going to be Randy Jones, the pitcher, coming up. Randy's just happy to be here. He's happy the game is tied despite his first inning issues. So the pitcher, Knepper, he'll try to make quick work of his opposing pitcher. How about a 7-18? That's patient. And nope, he loses him. Jones laying off, and that one was a little outside. Knepper not happy with the call, but it is what it is. And it's first and second with 2 down now for Ozzie Smith. Ozzie struck out his first time up. 0 for 1 on the day and the season. How about an 8-28? That's an in-play. Nothing there, so that's going to be an out one way or the other. That's a pop-up on the infield. LeMaster calls everybody off and makes the play to retire the side. But the Padres come back, and the Gene Tennis 2-run homer ties it up. So we'll head to the third. We're all tied at 2. And Jones back on the mound with a new lease on life, hoping to get himself a win today. Speaking of keeping things liquidated, I got to keep my throat moist. It's going to be Evans, Clark, and Ivy due up for the Giants. Evans is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Jones ready to deliver. How about a 10-45? That's tough. And not tough enough. A liner up the middle for Darrell Evans. He's got his first base hit of the season. He's not going to be a stealing threat here. Or anywhere, for that matter. And here's Jack Clark. Clark singled and scored his first time up, batting 1,000 on the young season. Very young. Jones from the stretch. How about an 8-04? That's in play and probably trouble. It is into the gap for Clark. Richards is over, cuts it off, and gets it in quickly. Evans lumbers into third. And Jones is right back in trouble, second and third with nobody out. He's got to deal with Mike Ivy. Well, he'll be playing the corners in here. We'll see how that works out. I don't exactly know the rules for corners in. We may wing it. We'll see what the determining factor is on these dice rolls. How about a 4-04? That looks like trouble. Tough. Nope, not tough enough. It's a strikeout. Big strikeout for Jones here. Ivy goes down. He's now 1 for 2. And here's Herndon. Larry drove in the first run of the game. He's 1 for 1. Still second and third. Still corners in. Jones delivers. How about a 4-15? That's another tough one. And Herndon swings over the top. Took something off there. And Herndon's down on strikes. 2 big strikeouts back-to-back here for Jones. And the defense can relax a little, play back at normal depth. Evans on third, Clark on second, and Stennett up at bat. Stennett sack fly his first time up. Here's Jones. How about a 754? That's in play. And that's going to be an out. Grounder down to third. Once again, Rodriguez across the diamond to tennis, and that retires the side. Jones gets out of trouble. Strands 2. Led to the bottom of the third, all tied at 2 apiece. So here's Dave Cash. Cash is 0 for 1, flew out to left his first time up. Knepper on the mound. From the windup, he's ready. 667, that's a tough. And too high for the range. Grounder down to second. Stennett is there and tosses it over to Mike Ivy, 1 away. Here's Richards. He grounded out to second his first time up. Knepper delivers an 8-14. That's another in play. This one's going to be a base hit. Single for Richards. He's a 6-, so that 8 doesn't do anything for him. So Richards will be held closely at first. And here's Dave Winfield. Dave grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. A soft chopper. Knepper'd like to see the same thing here and turn double play. The pitch, it's a 10-16. That's in play. And a base hit for Winfield. Rifles it up the middle. Richards will stop at second as the throw comes in to the shortstop. It's first and second for Mumphrey. Jerry reached on an error and scored on the tennis homer. 1 out, 2 men on. Knepper from the stretch. The left-hander delivers. It's a 4-42. That is in play. 42 is going to be too high, so it's a pop-up on the infield. Over is Evans in slightly foul territory, calls everyone off and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Pop out to third officially. A 5 on the box score, or on the score sheet, I should say. So 2 men on, 2 men out, and here's Tennis. Dangerous Gene Tennis. Tennis hit 17 homers in 1980. He'd like to try to repeat that performance in this replay. Knepper delivers. How about a 705? That's a patient, and that'll be a base on balls. You can't blame Knepper for pitching around Tennis there. He wanted to be very careful with him. He's the only one who's hit anything hard off him today. And that'll bring up Fahey with the bases loaded. Fahey doubled his last time up, seeing the ball well all through spring training, which was non-existent. But in my fantasies, Fahey hit about 400 in spring training to earn his spot. How about a 345? That's a defense check. And the 45 is going to be error first base. So his error number is a 4. Testing Mike Ivy here. How about a 0-6? It's a definite error. How about a 5? So a dribble down to Ivy, and he boots it. He runs into foul territory, picks it up, but by the time he does, everybody's safe. So the unearned run is going to score and give the Padres a 3-2 lead on the Ivy miscue. Second error of the day on the Giants, and it's cost them both times. And that'll bring up Rodriguez, Aurelio style, with the bases loaded. Aurelio Rodriguez is just a fun name to say, folks. Hope everybody's having a lovely, what day is it, Tuesday evening? Just came back from a nice weekend at the beach in Cape May. Even though it rained all weekend, we had a really good time. We went to a brewery where we could take the puppies, which was wild and fun. They had Star Wars Day on May the 4th be with you, which is also my wife's birthday. Now you know why I married her. Because she has a great ass. No, other reasons. Bases are loaded. Aurelio, she's sitting over here watching TV. She's got her headphones on, but apparently she can hear me. So Rodriguez flew out to left his first time up. Knepper is ready. The bases are full of Padres, and that's a 6-42. Tough pitch and a strikeout. Knepper bears down and gets the K. Catches the corner. Rodriguez goes down looking. But the Padres do the damage and take a one-run lead, 3-2, as we head to the fourth. Randy Jones feeling pretty good about himself right now. He got out of trouble, and now he's got a lead. Storms here 6/10 of an inch of rain so far. That's a pretty good storm, man. I better keep saying things like that or I'll be sleeping on the couch. Nah, she wouldn't. She loves me too much.
I do.
Well, here's Mark Hill. He grounded out the third his first time up. Jones will try to settle down here. How about a 10-09? That's tough, and you can bet that's going to be a strikeout. Hill down on strike, so 1-2-3. And here's the master. He struck out his first time up. Jones racking him up here, actually. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's his sixth strikeout of the day so far. We're only in the fourth. He had 53 strikeouts and 154 innings, so he's feeling it today, or these Padres are just swinging freely. Get back in there. How about a 12? Uh-oh. That's a tough 70. Not going to be in the range. A grounder down to second. No problem for Cash. Tosses it to Tennis for the second out. Well, here's Knepper. It's too early to take him out, and the game's too close. He has given up 3 runs, though, so predictably we know he's going to come out after 6, because I'm not going to keep him in there fatigued unless it becomes a crazy blowout. But anyway, Knepper hitting for himself here. He's 0 for 1 so far. How about a 320? That's a defense check. And the 20 is a shortstop range, so we know that's going to be Ozzy. That's a range A. The Wizard ranging over. Let's see how this works out for him. A 22. That's a base hit. Past the glove of Smith. Let's see. A 5 on the hit chart. It's going to be a single. So Knepper with a seeing eye single. Just out of the reach of the ranging Ozzy. That's a difficult feat to do. So Knepper's on, and here's Billy North. Third time up today is North. It's 1 for 2 with a run scored. 2 outs. Knepper on first with his jacket on this cool April day. How about a 10-33? That's tough. And it is not a strikeout, it's a double. First number in the double range, and that, with 2 outs, is going to score Knepper all the way from first base. They wave him home as the throw comes in. It's cut off, and Knepper scores easily, and we've got a tie ball game. And now we know the bullpens are going to get active later because both of these guys are coming out after 6. So North with an RBI double, his second hit of the day, and here's Darrell Evans. Evans 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. Hey, Sports Time Machine, thanks for stopping by. And Phoenix Knight, very nice to see you. Nice to see you're not the only one working on a Payoff Pitch season replay. I'm brand new to the game, Phoenix Knight, but I'm enjoying it a lot. It's a nice variation from Strat and APBA, which are the only 2 baseball games I've played for the last 40-something years. What season are you working on? Well, back at the game, folks, it's Billy North on second base with 2 outs. It's a tied at 3 here in the top of the 4th, and Darrell Evans is up. He's 1 for 2 so far. Jones from the strike. A quick glance at North. He's not going anywhere. How about an 8.56? It's in play, and that's going to be fly ball out toward left field. Richards ranges over and makes the play to retire the side. But the Giants score 1. They leave 1. And we're tied at 3 as we head to the bottom half of the inning. Catching up on chat here for a second. 1991 right now off channel. You've been on channel. Hey, you're not getting sick when you're getting that ready. Yep. Well, you can always bring it back on channel. I can't possibly play every game on channel. I'm just glad to be back broadcasting a little bit. It's been a couple months for me. Work got real hectic, and my stress level got real high. So I wasn't even playing much for a little while, and then I finally got back to playing. And tonight I finally had an okay enough day to feel like broadcasting a little bit. So happy to be here. Happy to have you guys on board. Thanks for hanging out. 91 Twins and 83 Indians. Larry doing single team replays, which I'm envious of because my OCD doesn't let me not play every game. Well, we're going to the bottom of the 4th, and it's going to be Jones leading off, followed by Smith and Cash. Randy Jones, the pitcher, is walked in his first at bat. Knepper ready. How about a 9.77? That's a tough, and that's a strikeout no matter what. So Jones down on strikes for the first out. Here's Ozzy. The Wizard 0 for 2. 2.55. That's in play and will be an out. Fly ball to right field. Clark is there and makes the catch to retire Smith for the second out. Here's Dave Cash. Cash 0 for 2 so far. How about a 595? That's ballpark. 95 right-hand batter is going to be in play. Let's see what it turns out to be. How about a 19? That's a single. A base hit for Cash, his first hit of the year. And he steals a 3. He's not going anywhere. Hey, D. Scott Howard, nice to see you, man. And hey, Kluber. Kluber, this is a full season replay. I will not be playing every game on stream, but we are on game 10 of the season here out of, 2,106. The 91 Twins are 7 games back of the Athletics in the NL West and very much in the playoff hunt. Nice. It's always fun when they're in the playoff hunt. We got a long way to go on this one. Just got a couple more seasons in, too, but we're going to try to stay focused for a little while. So 2 outs, Cash on first, and here's Richards. Richards is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Knepper from the stretch, that's a 497 in play, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. Jack Clark is over, and plenty of room. He retires the side. So they leave 1. And we'll head to the 5th. Tied at 3. I don't have enough games to compare the statistical accuracy. That's for sure. I don't see why it wouldn't be accurate, though. Unless you really game the system here. I think as played, it's going to be very accurate. So here's Jack Clark. He's 2 for 2 on the day as Jack. A single, a double, and a run scored. Leading off for the Giants. How about a 507? That's a patient, and that's going to be a base on balls. A little low, and Clark always willing to take a walk in the service of getting men on base. Brings up Mike Ivey. He's 1 for 2. Jones from the stretch now. How about a 653? Ballpark. Right-handed batter is going to be an in-play result. That's a 90-something. 94 is a fly ball to left. Richards is there and makes the catch. Clark goes back to first. There's 1 away. Here's Larry Herndon. 1 for 2 with an RBI today. Pardon me. Jones delivers. That's a wheelhouse 73. Versus a lefty a little too high. Gets under it and flies it out to center field. Looks like Mumphrey will have it, and he does for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Stennett. Rennie is 0 for 1 with a sac fly RBI earlier on. Randy Jones with a 12-84. That's tough. And the 84 is going to be a grounder to short. No problem for Ozzie. He picks it and fires to first, ignoring the slow-footed Clark at second. And that'll leave 1 on. Retire the side. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied at 3. Moving this one along a little bit. Tight ball game here as we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Winfield, Mumphrey, and Tennis. Due up for San Diego. Here's Dave. He's 1 for 2 so far. How about an 850 in play? Grounded down to third. Picked by Evans, and he fires to Ivy to retire Winfield in time. 1 away. Here's Mumphrey. Jerry reached on an error and scored. He's 0 for 2 officially. How about a 12-12? Wheelhouse, versus a lefty. That's a base hit for Mumphrey. Not much power against lefties. But he's got himself a single. Goes the other way. And that, what's his steal? Doesn't matter. It's a 12. His steal's a 5. He's not going anywhere. And here's Tennis. Tennis with the 2-run homer earlier. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Knepper, 907. Tough. That's going to be a strikeout. Tennis down on strikes, finally retired. Knepper went after him there. 2 away, and here is Bill Fahey. Fahey reached both times, a double and an error. 1 for 2 in the box score thus far. How about a 7 patient 03? And that's a single. With 2 outs, Mumphrey was off the crack of the bat and heads over to third. It's 1st and 3rd now. With 2 outs for Aurelio Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 2 so far. Knepper with a quick glance at the runners, and then the pitch. It's a 3 defense check. 61. I'm going to memorize this chart eventually. Error third base. So our third baseman is Evans. His error is a 2. How about a 44? That's going to be an error. Another one. 5. Let's see. Down to third. So he throws a little low. It's picked, but he has to come off the bag to get it, and that's going to be an E5 on Evans. That's going to let a run score. Fahey stops at second, and Mumphrey home with the 2 outs. So Rodriguez reaches on the error, first and second now. It is a 4-3 ball game for San Diego. And Randy Jones is due up. Let's see if they let him hit. They will. And try to get one more inning out of him. Put that back in there. How about an 8-46 in play? Grounder down to third. This time, no problem for Evans. He scoops it and fires across the diamond to retire the side. With the Padres pick up 1, they now lead 4-3 and will head to the 6th. Which we know predictively, the way I play it anyway, that both pitchers will be in their last inning. Yeah, 1978, Larry, but I haven't done anything with it yet. I'm going to do an unboxing for the couple of seasons I have, I think. I don't think I'll do it. I don't know if I'll do it live or not. But I've also got the, I forget which season it is. Whichever 1800 season they released. I picked that one up. But then I got a couple more recent ones lately. They just came yesterday, actually. So anyway, we go to the 6th. It's Mark Hill, Johnny LeMaster, and Bob Knepper due up. Have to see if Knepper hits. Most likely will. It's a little early to take him out, but you never know depending on the circumstance. So here's Hill. He's 0 for 2. How about a 764 in play? No problem. Grounded down to second. Cash is there and fires across the diamond for the first out. Well, it wasn't really across the diamond. It was a little shorter than that, but you know. Here's the master. He's 0 for 2. Bottom of the order here for Jones. He's trying to hang on to this lead. How about a 433? That's tough and a strikeout. Up high, and LeMaster was chasing 2 away. Well, with nothing at stake, Knepper's going to hit for himself. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored, actually, which is better than a lot of his teammates have done so far today. How about a 340? That's a defense check again. Anybody want to guess what the 40 is? Error pitcher. So he's in a 3. Jones is a 3 error rating. How about a 42? That's probably an error, and it is. All right, we're finding all the errors today. And a 6 error on the pitcher is going to be a 1 base error. So Jones bobbles it and decides to hold on to it instead of risking throwing it away. Knepper hustled down the line there. Jones just couldn't find the handle, and Knepper's on with an error, the 4th error of the day. However, the first by the Padres. That'll bring up Billy North. North 2 for 3, a single, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. He also struck out. Knepper's on first, and Jones delivers. From the windup, he's not worried about Knepper running. It's a 6, ballpark 92. That's going to be an in-play result for North. About an 05. That's a double. Well, that's trouble. Into the gap, the second extra base hit of the day. Knepper being waved around third again. Again, the throw is cut off, and Billy North has himself his second RBI double of the day. That'll tie the game right up at 4. North on second. And here's Darrell Evans. Or Darrell, if you like better. If it's a Key and Peele skit, it's Darrell Evans. How about a 743? That's in play, and that's going to be the final out of the inning. Grounded down to first base. Tennis is there. He flips to Jones. And that... Hey, Jack. Is my psychopathic puppy dog, who has decided that the neighborhood has offended her. Hey, Jack.
Come here. Thank you.
Take it easy, Majak. So Evans is done.
Good girl. Thank you. No.
And between you and me, that'll be it for Jones. Little puppy dog's very upset. She wants to bark at all the passing dogs. I apologize if your ears got blown out there. Some of the little uncontrollables in this Gonzo baseball streaming style. So Jones is done. Let's see what his line looks like. The dog scared the heck out of you. Sorry, Larry. Scared me too, if it makes you feel any better. She's sitting all quiet, and all of a sudden she's just exploding. Let's take a look at Jones's line. He goes 6. He gives a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits, 4 runs, 2, 3 of them earned. No homers. Walks and strikeouts. We got 0 and 1, 0 and 2, 0 and 3, 0 and 4, 0 and 5, 0 and 6, 1 and 6, 1 and 7. 1 walk and 7 Ks. So he slowed down a little bit there in a later inning. He had 6 through 4 and then only 1 the last 2. But Jones right now is in line for a no decision. Here's Knepper. If the Padres can score, Jones will be in line for the win. Tackled by security, any injuries? Nope. All good, all good. She's sitting on my foot right now. Well, here's Ozzie Smith, 0 for 3 so far today for the Wizard of Oz against Knepper. How about an 825? That's an in-play, and Ozzie's in-play results go to 24, so the 25 means a pop-up on the infield, ranging over his Stennett, and he makes the play to retire Smith, 1 away. Dave Cash is 1 for 3 thus far. That's the neighbor's dogs. Windows are open, and the neighborhood is kicking on this nice 70-degree evening here in New Jersey by way of San Diego. How about an 822 in play, and that's the base hit for Cash, his second of the day. His steal is a 3. He's not going anywhere. Here's Gene Richards. Richards 1 for 3 with a run scored. How about a 478? That's an in play, going to be an out of some sort. Fly ball to center. There is North, and he makes the play. Cash retreats to first with 2 outs. So 1 on, 2 down. Here's Dave Winfield. Dave's 1 for 3 himself today. He has a single and 2 ground balls. Knepper's ready. It's an 826 in play again, and this one is going to be popped up on the infield. Winfield just got under it, and Stennett settles under it to make the final out of the inning. And that'll be it for Knepper as well. He goes 6. Let me do a little card swapping, and then we'll tally him up. So 6 innings for Knepper. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. 4 runs. 1 earned. That's not earned. Just 1 earned run. Ain't that a shame? Walks and strike homers. 1 homer. The big 2-run blast by Tennis. And then 1 strikeout. 1 walk and 1 strikeout. 2 and 2, 2 and 3, 2 and 4. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts for the 6 innings for Knepper. Now we've got to find a, let me see, do this right, Padre pitcher to deal with the 7th and 8th at least. It's probably going to be Shirley. We're going to go Bob Shirley. We're going to keep it left-handed. So Shirley, the lefty, 59 games, 12 started. He went 11 and 12 with a 3.55 ERA. So a workhorse here for the Padres with Shirley. And he will face the heart of the order, Clark, Ivy, and Herndon, with a 4-4 tie as we head to the 7th. Shirley with his first pitch. That's going to be 9:43. Tough. Grounded back to Shirley. He picks it and tosses to first to retire Clark, 1 away. Here's Mike Ivy. Mike's 1 for 3. Shirley with the pitch. How about a 10-56? That's in play. Fly ball out toward right field. Winfield with plenty of room. Makes the catch for the second out. That'll bring up Herndon. Herndon 1 for 3 as well with an RBI. How about a 4-23? That's in play, and that's a base hit. Herndon scoots it through the right side. And he has a chance to steal here. Auto steal being on, so that's a D. He's a D, and the catcher's arm is a 3. It's not going to be a great chance. It's a fair chance. He needs a 60 to 99 to be safe, so he's trying. Herndon's trying to steal second with 2 outs. 35 is going to be caught, I believe. Herndon's on his way down there, and Fahey guns him down to end the inning. So 1-2-3 the non-traditional way. Shirley does his job, and the Giants are retired. The Padres coming up. Let's see who the Giants send out to pitch. We've got a righty, a switch, and a righty coming up. Well, it's not going to be Minton. Looks like it's going to be Tom Griffin. The right-hander, Tom Griffin. So Griffin will face. Winfield's actually been up already, sorry. He'll face Mumphrey, Tennis, and Fahey. Verdugo goes deep. Nice. Very good. So we've been through the 7th inning stretch. Let me stretch for a second. We're heading for the bottom of the 7th. It's Mumphrey, Tennis, and Fahey due up against the new pitcher, Griffin. Griffin, 42 games in 1980, 4 of them starts. Ended up with a 5-1 record at 2.76 ERA, so a solid pitcher is Griffin. Based on all those patients, you can see he gives up his fair share of walks. However, this one's an in-play 87. That is going to be a grounder down to short. LeMaster's there. First time I've called his name on defense today. And takes it over to Ivy for the first out. Well, here's Tennis. Tennis 1 for 2 with that homer earlier. It's anybody's ball game, folks. Griffin deals. Tennis waits. It's an 8-0-3. Patient walk. Base on balls against the right-hander. So Tennis is on first for Fahey. Fahey bats left. He is 2 for 3 on the day. A single, a double, and reached on an error. He's been on base all 3 times. How about an 8-61? That's a patient. And nothing doing there. That's going to be a fly ball out toward left. Herndon ranges over and makes the play. Fahey is retired. That'll bring up Rodriguez, 0 for 3 so far. Aurelio waits for the pitch. We've got a jumper. Just trying to pick it up. There we go. How about a 5-37? That's a tough pitch, and that's going to be a strikeout. Rodriguez down. Nothing doing for the Padres in the 7th. Griffin does his job. Couple long relievers on here. This one could go a while. So Shirley against Stennett to lead things off in the 8th. Stennett's 0 for 2 with a sac fly today. How about a 10-12? That's an in play, and that is a base hit. Rennie found the hole in the infield and finds himself at first base. That'll bring up Mark Hill. How about a 5-27? That's a ballpark. 27 right-handed batter is wheelhouse. That could be trouble. Hill does not have a great wheelhouse, though. 1-6 double, 7-21 single. 26 is not going to do it. That's a pop-up on the infield. Ozzie is there. It makes the play to retire Hill. That'll bring up LeMaster. Johnny's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. How about a 7-74? How about a patient? Nope. That one's too high. Fly ball out towards center. Jerry Mumphrey's there. Range is over, and it's a can of corn. 2 down. Well, this would be a different pitcher's hitting card, but think I have Griffin hit? I don't think so. Hold on, let me put the pitcher hitting card back. So Griffin's done. Short day for him. Griffin in the end goes 1 inning, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And we will have a pinch hitter. Just have to wait and see who it's going to be against the lefty Shirley. I'm sure it's not going to be any of these guys. It could be Jim Wolford. Actually, in fact, I think it is going to be Jim Wolford. Or it could be Joe Strain. We're going to go with the top guy because that's the way I like to do it usually. So Wolford will be the pinch hitter. Righty against lefty. Shirley on the mound, stunted at first. Wolford versus left-handers, 322 with no homers and 90 at-bats. Shirley from the stretch. How about a 751? That's patient against a left-hander. That's going to be something good. That's a base hit. And with 2 outs, Stennett is going to scamper over to third. That'll bring up Billy North. First and third now, 2 down. North hits lefties pretty well. Well, Shirley's going to stay in there. How about a 6-12? That's in play, and that could be trouble, and it is. A base hit. North has his 3rd RBI of the day. Stennett trots home. Scampering around to third is Wolford. And the Giants take a 5-4 lead here in the top of the 8th. Well, Shirley now face the lefty Darrell Evans. Evans 1 for 4 on the day. That was North's fourth hit of the day, by the way, to go with 3 RBIs and a run scored. Shirley delivers an 11. Patient. How about a 37 against the lefty? Base on balls. So Shirley's struggling a little bit right now. Now the bases are loaded. You've got the righty Jack Clark coming up, and you've got to see a pitching change here. So Shirley, when it's all said and done, goes 1 2/3. And we will not finish his line just yet. They're going to bring in a righty to face Clark. It's going to be John D'Aquisto. John D'Aquisto. So Clark will have to deal with the right-hander with the bases loaded. They could not let the lefty face him. He just kills left-handed pitching. See if it pays off. 857. How about a patient? And, well, he kills right-handed pitching as well. A base hit for Clark. That's going to get 2 runs home. Wolford trots home. North around third. He'll get home. Evans ends up at third. Jack Clark with a 2-run single. And suddenly it's 7-4. And things are getting out of hand here. The Giants have leaped ahead with a 3-run lead, and it's Mike Ivey coming up. First and third with Akisto on the mound. 2 down. How about a 10-43 ballpark? Right-handed batter, that's going to be an in-play result. 77. That's going to be the 3rd out of the inning as he flies out to center to end it. But 8 men come to the plate, 3-run score, and the Giants lead the Padres by a score of 7-4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Let's see what we're going to do with Wolford. He plays left, right, center, and third. Raymond for Clark. Wouldn't be a terrible idea, actually. So Wolford to stay in and play right field. Clark's day is done. After that 2-run single, he'll be a B5 with a 10 arm. And Clark will see his way out once we figure out who the new pitcher is going to be. Yeah, the pitcher's due up, too. Well, let's find a pitcher first. For the Padres, the pitcher... Oh, not for the Padres, pardon me. For the Giants, the pitcher for the 8th here. What we got coming up? We got a pinch hitter, and then we got Smith and Cash. So, let's see. Don't want to put the closer in just yet. We're going to Al Holland, guys. We're going to Al Holland. And Holland is a 9 batter. And that's the card we'll put in the place of Jack Clark. Pardon me. This is part of the mechanics that I'm still getting used to here. So Clark's day is over for San Fran. And who's due up? Well, it should be the pitcher, so obviously it's not going to be. So instead it's going to be... Come on, work with me. Work with me. Who's going to pinch hit against Holland? Sorry, guys. Fell behind the chat a little bit here. I know fast score is better. I don't have it, so I'm going to use payoff pitch auto results for the Yankees replay. Expanded playoffs. Hey, Alex. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right, so let's find a hitter against Al Holland. It's not going to be Montanez. It's not going to be Turner because they're lefties. How about Barry Evans? Nope, he's a terrible hitter. How about Bavacqua? He's also terrible. Von Joshua sucks. And, okay, everybody sucks. So, who's got the best on-base chance? It might actually be Barry Evans. Yeah, it's Bavacqua, but you wouldn't bring him up in this situation. So Evans will be the pinch hitter. Right-handed batter. 38 at-bats against lefties. He hit .237 with no homers. They need base runners here, folks. How about an 11-12? That's tough, and you can bet that's going to be a strikeout. One away. Oops. Here's Ozzie Smith. Ozzie's 0 for 4. How about a 5-39? That's patient. And against the lefty, that's going to be a base on ball. So Ozzie gets on base today. And a 5 means he's got a steal chance. It's going to be a B. The arm is a 4. B4 is excellent chance. 18-99, Ozzie's safe. So he's off to the races here on the first pitch. Get back in there. And Ozzie steals it easily. Actually, does he? Yeah, 21. So Ozzie's down at second now with just 1 out. And here's Dave Cash. Cash 2 for 4 so far today. How about a 6.55? That's tough. And a 55, nothing doing there. G5. That's going to hold Smith in place. Unless he's a lot faster than I think he is. I know Ozzie's quick, but where's his run? An 8? We're not going to risk it. We need 3 runs. So that'll bring up Gene Richards with 2 down. Cash grounds out to third if you missed that. Fatigue's starting to set in, folks. It's been a long day, but I'm having fun. It's a 6.19. That is tough. And a strikeout. So Richards down on strikes. Perhaps the misplaced confidence there, lefty on lefty. But in any case, the Padres get nothing. And it looks like Akisto's going to say in. So, oh no, Akisto can't stay in. He was the pitcher. We pinch hit for him. Right? Yep. So Akisto is out. Going through pitchers in a hurry here. And they're going to go Dennis King. He's a D. So Akisto just 1/3 of an inning. And he will face, first of all, he's a 3. Oh, the card juggling is real. So Evans' day is done. And it'll be Larry Herndon to lead things off. That's correct. Herndon is 2 for 4 today. They have a 3-run lead trying to add to it. How about an 889? That's an in play against the lefty. That's going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Smith is there. No problem, and over to tennis for the first out of the inning. Here's Stennett. Rennie, so far today, 1 for 3, a run scored and an RBI. How about a 323? That's defense check. 23 is going to be left field range. So that's Richards. He is a C. .72 is most likely an out. He is. That's a fly ball to left, no problem. For Richards, then it's retired. Here's Mark Hill. He's 0 for 4 from behind the plate. And that's going to be a 9-16 ballpark. And that's going to be a wheelhouse chance for Hill against the lefty. 54, forget it. That's a fly ball to right field. No problem for Winfield, the 3rd out of the inning. So they can't extend the lead. And will they keep Holland in, or will they opt for somebody else? That depends who's coming up. We've got a righty. Nope, they're gonna pull Holland, and they're going to Greg Minton, the right-hander. The Padres will need 3 runs here in the bottom of the 9th. They've got the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to start things off. Let's see how this goes. Minton taking his warm-up tosses. Minton, if you were wondering, 68 games, 19 saves, a 4-6 record with a 2.46 ERA, the right-hander. We'll face Winfield to start things off. Dave is 1 for 4 on the day. Future Hall of Famer. How about an 8-26? That's a patient. And you can bet Winfield's going to take the leadoff walk there. So Winfield with the base on balls. Here's Jerry Mumphrey. Mumphrey, 1 for 4. Reached out an error and he scored twice. Bats left against Minton. How about a 309? That's an in play. The 09 is going to be a base hit. So Minton right away in trouble. That brings the tying run to the plate with nobody out. And guess who it is, folks? Gene Tennis. And now you might wish you had a, well, no, he does better against the right-handers. I should say he does better against lefties. So you're happy to have a righty pitching to Tennis. Grandstand finish. Could be, Ben. Could be. So Minton from the stretch takes a glance at Winfield. Dave is basically standing on the bag. Doesn't want to get picked off here. About a 5-88. That's an in play. That's going to be a grounder to short. This is a double play ball. It is. The double play is a 7 or an 8, so it's a 7. That's a 5. That is a 6-4-3 double play. That helps a lot for Minton. Winfield over to third, but the tying run no longer at the plate. Here's Bill Fahey coming up. Fahey, the catcher, has 2 base hits on the day, a single and a double. He's 2 for 4. Here's a pitch for Minton with 2 outs. It's an 8. Oh, we got a rare play. So it's going to be a patient rare play. Let me find the right chart. Give me a sec. I need bases. I need runners on base patient. There's runners on base tough. Runners on base in play. Runners on base defense. Ballpark or wheelhouse. Runners on base patient. I don't think I've ever rolled on this chart so far. Of course, I've only played about a dozen games. Let's see what happens. How about an 80? Catcher blocks a pitch in the dirt. If more than one base runner, the trailing runner takes off while the other runners hold. There is a single base runner, so that's not applying. More than one base runner. The trailing runner takes off while the other runners hold. That's weird. Roll 1d6 if the result is lower or equal to the arm rating. No throw is made and all runners hold. Nope. These result in higher than catcher's arm rating. Throws behind the runners take out trying to return to his base. Okay. The lead runner may attempt to advance by rolling 1d10. He's not going anywhere. Restart the at bat is the actual ending for this one. So basically, blocks a pitch in the dirt. Nobody's going anywhere. And now I have to get back to my defense check. So that was kind of fun. We had a rare play that ended up being nothing. He just, Mark Hill blocks a pitch in the dirt, keeps Winfield from scoring, and Fahey's back in the box with 2 down, a 3-run deficit, a runner on third. Minton a 12-59. That's an in play. Looks like that'll be it, folks. A fly ball out toward left field. Herndon ranges over and squeezes it for the final out of the inning and the game. Nothing doing for the Padres in the 9th, and they go down by a score of 7-4. And that is it for our first broadcast playoff pitch baseball game. Got Lavelle somewhat hanging out a little bit. Well, that was pretty fun. That ended up being an interesting game. I have a little bit of trouble moving the cards around. I'm still not as familiar with the system as I'd like, but I had fun. I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's really good to be back broadcasting. My energy level got a little low here, but as I tried to figure out the card movement, but we'll get better at that with Payoff Pitch. It's been a while since I broadcast, so I'm sure we'll catch a rhythm again. Guys, I really appreciate it. Thanks very much. My name is Joe. This has been JC Sports Replays, bringing you opening day in 1980 in Payoff Pitch Baseball, where the San Francisco Giants head into Jack Murphy Stadium and beat the San Diego Padres by a score of 7-4. If you're wondering, our player of the game is this fella right here, Billy North, 4 for 5. 2 singles, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs. Pretty much every time he came up with any kind of... he led off the game with a single and scored a run, and then his strikeout with 2 outs meant nothing. And then he came up 3 times with runners in scoring position and came through all 3 times. So that's where we stand, folks. Don't know when the next broadcast will be. If I'm feeling like this tomorrow night, we'll get another one in. But thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you guys soon. Have a good night. Go watch another stream. Hope you find a good baseball game. Thanks very much. See you soon. How do I turn it off?